Ryan, don't, Jungkook, come back. She whisper yelled and laughed, quietly running after her best friend in an old classroom that usually stays empty. Jungkook shrugged, holding her notebook, too curious to see what was she trying to hide. Ryan, I won't ever show you my face if you open it. Jungkook, make me want to do it even more. Ryan, I'll kill you, I swear. She stopped when they heard the bell ringing. Jungkook groaned. It was the class time, and Ryan smirked, extended her hand. Ryan, give it back. Jungkook, that won't save you from me. He, however, returned her the book for now. Jungkook, how about a bet? If I win, I get to see what's inside the book. And if you win, well, you can choose. Wine. What's the bet? Wine. No, not that face. I know that face. Stop giving me those expressions. I know you are up to something really wrong, which I won't approve of. Jungkook, hear it first. Come on. He laughed, going after her as the two stepped out of the room. Jungkook slipped his hand inside his pockets. His rough expressions went along well with his sharp features. Apparently, he had a reputation in the school. Either you were scared of him to an extent he appears in your nightmares, or you were in love with him enough to see him in your dreams. There was no in between, and he was well aware of it. They also knew the one person who could make him laugh or smile was his best friend, whom you were never supposed to mess with, the girl he was following after right now to the class. They stopped by the lockers while she opened hers. He leant against them beside her. Jungkook, you sure you wanna miss out the opportunity? You can make me do literally anything. Ryan, I can make you do literally anything without any bets too. You listen to me, no? She flicked her finger under his chin, and he smirked with an amused expression. Ryan, what is this? She frowned, taking out an envelope from her locker which she was sure didn't belong to her. As she took out the contents from it, there were a few pictures. Pictures of her in the girls' locker room changing out of her clothes. Her eyes were wide with horror. The move was surely creepy, and actually sending them back to her was even more. Jungkook saw them and his eyes turned red with anger. He grabbed the first picture from her and turned it around to find a note. Made me dream how you would look screaming under me, begging for mercy. The note said, Wine. What does it say? Show me. Jungkook refused to show it to her and crumbled the picture in his hand. She was already too creeped out because of them to know some disgusting thing about how worse some boys could be. Wine instantly put the pictures back in envelope when Anna, her friend, came and nudged her arm. Anna, what's in the envelope? Don't tell me it's a love letter or something. Wine, how do you know? And whoever sent it, how did they even open my locker? Anna, I did. Jake came and asked me for a favor. He wanted to gift you something secretly and told me if I could let him put it in your locker. But I kept a watch over him. He didn't touch a single thing. Why do you look so tense? Is that really a love letter? Jungkook. Jake did. Anna. Yes. But what is it about? Before she could finish it, Wine gasped along with a few more students who were there. One moment, Jungkook was there. Another moment, he was across the hall with Jake pinned against the wall. The angry man over him ready to pounce upon him. Jungkook, who do you think you messed up with? He punched him across the face. The punch was too strong, it made the other fall to the floor with blood dripping down his mouth. It gained the attention of everyone around who stopped and started gossiping. Jungkook, what else are you keeping? He pulled him up by the shirt and punched him again. Jake fought back, trying to punch him as well, but Jungkook was quick enough to dodge it and counterattack. Years of training always came in handy. Jake, get off me. I don't know what you're talking about. Jungkook, such a coward. Can't even claim what you did. Jungkook grabbed his collar and slammed him against the wall. Anna, Wine, please tell me what is going on. Did I help him do something bad? She asked worried, guilt reflecting her eyes, and her feet bounced out of curiosity. Wine, it's okay. You didn't know. I need to stop him. She watched how Jungkook had started to land punches non-stop. She rushed towards him. Wine, Jungkook, stop. It's enough. He's bleeding. He didn't listen. He was too mad. The thought that this guy had entered while Wine was changing and even took her pictures drove him mad. Wine panicked. She grabbed Jungkook's arm, pulled him back with full force, grabbed his shirt, and kissed him. He froze, all the violence inside of him almost as if vanished in thin air at her touch. His busted knuckles were bleeding. His rough hand stopped midair as she held onto his shirt tightly and got on her tiptoes, deepening the kiss. The students were more shocked than they were before. Jungkook getting in a fight was a thing they saw a lot of times, but Jungkook getting kissed was a slight in a million. Some had taken their phones out, recording videos. He, however, held onto her cheek and kissed her back. Her shoulders fell in relief, and when they pulled back, he had forgotten about the world around him. Fine, let's go from here. He nodded, snatched Jay's phone, and asked his friend to keep an eye on him until he comes back in a few minutes. He was not going to let this slide as easily, especially when Jay could upload her pictures. Wine held his arm and took him away from there, going back to their secret classroom. She sighed, making him sit, and took out the ointment from her bag, wiped the blood from his knuckles, and started to apply the medicine. Jungkook watched her quietly, and once she was done, he pulled her close. Jungkook, don't you think you need to explain me what you did back there? Wine, don't you think you need to explain me why you kissed back? Jungkook, because I can't. You're mine after all. Wine, are you not being too confident, mister? I could be in love with someone else. Jungkook, I know everything about you. Wine, I don't tell you everything. Jungkook, even things you don't tell me about. I know them. Wine, you beat Jake up because he was being creepy. Now look at you being one. Jungkook, it's okay. Only I can be creepy towards you. Wine chuckled and he smiled, pulling her close, and put a hand on her cheek. Jungkook, you're only mine, and I don't allow anyone to mess with what's mine. He kissed her again and she replied. This time, it was filled with their emotion towards each other. His arm went around her waist and he embraced her afterwards, assuring her he'll handle the matter. And he did. He took it to the police. They took care of Jake and the case and made sure no pictures were left undeleted once the case was over. Jungkook had promised to protect her as her best friend or her girlfriend. They were always together, and he was going to keep her with him forever, even if he had to fight the world for it.